savory type of breakfast thing. These are the ingredients that I'll use. I may add a couple more along the way because I've never made this before, but I imagined it this morning. So I have half a cup of frozen corn, some thyme, sage. This is coarsely ground onion powder. I have some polenta, very coarsely ground corn grits. Of course, my smoked paprika. There's some poultry seasoning right there that's got a lot of thyme and sage in it. But I'm also going to use garlic powder, some rosemary, basil, and some veggie base because I don't have any vegetable stock made right now. And then I have my seasoned vegetables. The seasoning vegetables are already starting. Got a little bit of a kick in it. That's some cayenne pepper right there. Green onions, regular onions, a whole lot of organic garlic. Finally found some. And then some flavor burst green peppers. So we're going to let that cook for a little bit. I'll throw in a couple of the other ingredients in just a few minutes. Alright, I added in all of my seasonings. Actually, I want all of them to simmer here for a while, stirring that around. And I'm going to let that water saute until all of the water is reduced and all of the flavors have gotten into my seasoning vegetables. In the meantime, I'm going to take my cup of frozen corn along with 2 cups of water, put it in my Vitamix, turn it on very low to start, and I'll increase it just a little bit. There we go. And that is about it. Okay? So this is going to serve as the liquid in my polenta. I wanted to have that corn flavor. Alright, look at those seasoning vegetables go. You notice the water is reducing and it's turning a little thick. That's about where I want it. Okay, and then I am going to go on and pour in my corn mixture. Look at the consistency. You notice it's not all liquid. I didn't just pulverize the corn, and I'll get the rest of that in there in just a second. I do want some little bitty bits of corn in there. Now I'm going to stir that around for just a little bit. Nice. Okay. And now I will add my polenta and kind of sprinkle that around. And that's a cup. Turn that fire up just a little bit. I don't want lumps to form, so I'm going to stir that very consistently until it starts to boil again. Oh, this is going to be so good. Just, it's kind of like grits, really, polenta, but it's a little coarser, and it makes for a very, very nice addition, like a little breakfast, but it's savory. And this is going to finish doing its cooking actually in the oven. So I'll be back in a minute. You notice where it's bubbling and you hear it talking to you just a little bit? That's kind of where you want it before you stick it in the oven. At this point is where I would taste it as well. And you can decide if you need a little bit more thyme, or if you need a little bit more sage, or if you need any other seasonings here. The thyme and the sage are very important in this dish because it kind of gives you that cornbread dressing taste, really. Okay, so I'm about to put this in the oven now. All right, there it is in the oven. I'm going to leave it in there for about 20 minutes to a half hour. It's on 350 right now. And mine will be a little bit solid when it's finished. I like it that way. It just depends on how much liquid you put in it as to the consistency. But I am about to have some savory polenta. Right? I just stirred this while it's in the oven. This is a nice stage actually, but I'm going to let mine cook just a little bit longer. I did taste it and realized I needed a little bit more sage in mine. So I stirred it around, put my sage and stirred it around, and I'm gonna leave it in for about another 5 minutes. All right, this is done. I have got to stop myself from eating the whole thing. I'm gonna split this into 3 servings, put 2 of them up in the freezer, and I'm gonna have one right now. My goodness, this tastes so good. I'm gonna make a couple of changes, and I'm probably gonna have some of this for Thanksgiving.